most things what they do, they consult with my team, na ACC, they consult with institutions, they consult with people them where whatsoever actions or decisions I take get for influence and reach. So most times, by the time I reach the decision, it's in a position for be optimal. So so far, to be honest, I don't think say any particular decision they I don't take will lead to that kind of regret. There may be challenges, there may be setbacks, there may be unforeseen reactions, but
been take at that time. Any regrets they up to this point after the president being able to apologize?
I think say like I say, and that in addition to other reactions, then make we go back to the table, to the drawing board for re-strategize the approach in fighting corruption, because like I say, the strategy of the commission we not to mimic when our experts them in consultation with everybody in the country, including the president and ministers and other stakeholders, was that we have to enforce the law. We have to be more robust with our enforcement regime in the country when it comes to tackling corruption. Then talk says Sierra Leone get good laws, but will not be they do what you supposed to do for really tackle the corruption, for send the right message among the population. So in doing that, if we apply a strategy where people them react to that way, the reaction was divided. There were some in support and some against, and culminated in His Excellency the President apologizing for it. He apologized on behalf of all of us, and that is what a leader will do. So it make we come back for Sidom. If you ask me about regret, it's not about a question of regret. It's about the overall objective. Did it achieve the overall objective which you wanted? Yes. There was a change of policy in terms of education in Sierra Leone. There was more focus on the public exit with our work at the commission.
So if you been work, why una be need for re-strategize? If you work as you said, don't say it work, why una not continue with them?
At the end of the day, we work for the people. We work for the people, and part of the people, the president is the 100% representative of the people. He's elected by the people. He stands for the people. If an action has led to an apology coming from that high level, it is always good for go and re-strategize them, whether you believe them or you do not believe in it. It's not a question of what Pastor Skyfala personally believe. I'm not personalizing the office of the commission. It is a people's commission. Right. So we did that in view of the people's reaction. We find out, say, like I talked that day, I come at the 98.1, the margin of acceptability of the people was low. And if we find out, say, the margin of acceptability of the people in terms of what we can do to those who are engaging in corruption, then just Wale will be like a processing plant where we process them and send them to court, and they take the next 6 years, like you are saying, another case is there for 8 years before we can produce results. That is what we have to do, because we work for the people.
Well, if you listen to the program, you listen to Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. Today, the Commissioner and the ACC, the updates we on which they don't do as commission for improve on the fight against corruption. Then we look at asset declaration, Mr. Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
We see when I begin deadline and also give grace period to people them for submit their assets to the commission. Yes. Waiting at the updates, you see compliance rates high.
Oh yes.
What do people do?
I mean, one of the really important reforms that we will do, you see, even when the World Bank, they released $110 million to the government recently for fight COVID, one of the things they refer to is the reforms we don't make as a country in terms of ensuring that there is asset declaration and public servants are held accountable for that regime, because the World Bank was particularly interested in that particular reform taking place. So we came in, we moved on with it swiftly, and we succeeded in achieving it. So right now, as I speak with you, we've had one of the highest compliance rates ever, from the presidency to ministries to departments to the military to everybody. People have been, you saw the queue. I don't know whether you passed that day. You've never seen that anywhere. So we had queues for days and days. Even after when the deadline passed, there were queues at Lotu building for people that would comply. In fact, we began for open 2 centers for compliance in Freetown, for example. Even HQ, there were queues there. We get for the staff. Now the asset declaration area was only 4 people. We had to increase it to about 30 people.
So you were saying that 80%, 90% compliance?
We still do the calculation, but we are expecting that before we used to have 33-40% compliance. We are expecting that the compliance rate is going to be 80 or above.
But the goal is everybody, government.
The goal to be achieved is 100% compliance.
So the one that we know declare.
if we have a 90% compliance, that will be one of the best in Africa ever.
All right, continue for the return of the program.
Thank you.
Francis Benkefala, Commissioner at the ACC.
Thank you.
We will look at other issues at the program now. Usai over the weekend, one 5-year-old Pekin in picture by the go around social media. Usai people allege say them be rape am we make he end up die. Well, this make Radio Democracy look inside this story. Usai the line manager na the family support unit na Lumley police station. Inspector Mariatu Rashid don't confirm say 4 people dey now na police as then they help them with the investigation for sake of this alleged rape case we don't make this 5-year-old girl Pekin die. Wani Gauja gets more on this and gonna report.
Aissat Ajabi Kaba, the wife of the late President Tijan Kaba, where people they call IJ, na granny to this 5-year-old girl Pekin. But in big concern, na that na to the Pekin be there for men, as na a nephew born this Pekin. But say, dro be done the day between the man and the woman will born this Pekin, as them be done separate. This make it say, one day, the Pekin in Mama Tawa say, he want pull the Pekin to ram. But say, he be do all kind thing for tap this mama, not for pull this Pekin to ram. Because according to ram, the Pekin small, and not to the mama be intend for men the Pekin. As the mama, be one go give the Pekin to in big sister for men. But say pa always he talk, the mama still can't take this Pekin and go left and to in sister, and be later travel go London and left the Pekin at Salone. According to IJ Kaba, we don't pass 2 months where he last see this Pekin because he say the Pekin in auntie where he did to not be the agree for make the Pekin come fen and a house. And Wednesday, June 17, IJ Kaba say he received call.
They called me 17th of June around 8:30. The Pekin Binta called me. Say they see the Pekin not well, they don't care go church trans. Me left now they rush for go church trans. As I reach by Zion petrol station, then they call me back say the Pekin don't die. So we all just rush come back to the hostel. I can see the cops. That morning we arrange and carry the cops go to Columbia Davis. When daddy insists we follow autopsy. Me really be there against the autopsy. I said it became too small for autopsy. So we contact Dr. Uwiz, both families, the woman in family and we 10 o'clock on the 20th. Uwiz do the post-mortem in front of both families. They call both families and give the report. Say this Pekin they rape him in anus and the Pekin also be virgin. So for me I just burst cry. I Pekin die painful there. We wait for see how the investigation they unfold. But as a family we want justice for the Pekin because that Pekin not supposed for die that kind of painful death. Yes.
Emerson Kamara self na the Pekin in uncle. And after one meeting where the family member they all for sake of the autopsy results where come out na do Saturday June 20 say the Pekin na rape them be rape am and self a neck be broke before he die. We make the uncle say the heart no gladdy, but say wetin be puel the heart more na the misinformation where the woman in people them be give the man for sake of the Pekin in die one.
You know, some of them then reasons the way them they game now that boil been come up at the Pekin, the other reason he fall down, the other reason I say electric shock the Pekin and all that in this. So with all them message way them they give the Pekin daddy overhand that the daddy not be actually convinced we make it say no, you know, by the stories and about the Pekin in that one. As a family, we been for insist say no, they're not for bearing Pekin yesterday. Let them try for check the Pekin and know exactly what he happy with them. Well, we then check them out. The result will come out and that an issue of rape, the strangulation and other issues within the report.
This Pekin in Taiwan don't spark plenty response from people all over social media as plenty advocates and human rights people them don't they pull different statements them with regards to this issue. And one big concern we one activist Nasu Fofana raise now the fact that it afraid say the case no go born good Pekin because of the forensic lab where it say the country no get.
Why we not see action? Right now, forensics we get for use for make we know what's happening to this Pekin. These are the complications and the frustrations because if we not get that one day, good lawyer will go to madam free would that do this Pekin that he left buffing. We the survivors, we sister and brother them where they stand by we in this case through their organizations. We all need for work talk on one voice on this issue. This is not a national issue. For me, I believe say we should actually go to now. We go see President Bio, whether they give we audience or they not give we audience. But let you know say we vex. Let you know say we don't tire. Let you know say we they bleed. We know that they bleed now. We yai. We know they bleed now. We chest. We they bleed now. We private party. We side and they violate we every day, every night. And now we grand picking them. Let them give us a forensic lab in this country. We are dying. We are paining. This is wrong. Khadija, I don't even know for say I get for say rest in peace to a 5-year-old. What peace?
With all waiting they go on na social media, nationally and internationally, all finger them, they point at one person. When are the picking in uncle? This make other activists and Bawa be get some information why he thinks say people they accuse this bobo.
One thing was made clear, say now this bobo day with the speaking 24 hours. Na in the WhatsApp, na in the this, na in the that. So we able for gather say this bobo so Ibrahim they spend most of in hours with this speaking, and into the point that from the statement we able gather say Ibrahim self-now be the was the speaking. So from we on post-mortem we'll gather from them, we'll know say Ibrahim was deeply involved in the speaking life as a 24 hours, more than myself. For labor picking the was speaking and the day with 24 hours. So you do the math, you do the calculation and all that.
The Black Tuesday movement now one way popular in the country. As people where they organize this movement, they go all over the country for sensitize people on rape and waiting them for do for tapam. Chernobyl now one party organizer them.
We will convert with anger and with outrage today for renew the calls for the thing they hold on they talk about forever. Say this country get a rape culture. Address this rape culture. We need systematic, we need consistent action and commitment at the highest level backed by resources. FSU is still not properly funded. They don't get their own separate accounts. They know they get money separately from the police force. We need to see that. We need to see that change really fast.
After all the information where I be gather, I be going at the Lumley police station. Usai I spend over 4 hours. They observe how police they handle this case and the effort when they put for give justice to this Pekin. And I be fair not say police don't arrest 4 people where they help with investigation. The line manager now the family support units na the Lumley police station. Inspector Mahato Rashid be giving this information.
Well, as at now, we get 4 alleged suspects presently in custody. So we don't get all the statements in there, and more evidence they unfold with regards to this investigation. And presently, the police, we are on top of situation and we don't neglect the issue. The moment we don't get information, we decide for acts.
Plenty people in concern now that plenty people go through them kind case here. And they die in silence because plenty people get perception say if case reach police, then go compromise them, and plenty people can say na above case. But as plenty people don't open eye for this late 5-year-old picking in case, in family then they hope say people not go open eye for nothing, as they want justice for this picking. For Radio Democracy, me na Waniga Oja.
Alright, the program you still listen to now Good Morning Salone, and still on that issue that we get for do with the 5-year-old girl picking we been lost in life over the weekend for sake of way autopsy show say they rape we make it end up die. We see different people and organizations them don't they add them voice to the cry for the late picking, and people them go get justice because they don't lost some. And one pandemic body now the Kids Advocacy Network where they ask people today for wear black and occupy CID as then they call for justice for this late speaking. Well, on the line now for let we know why they reached to this decision, we get the executive director for Kids Advocacy Network, Wena Edmond Alim Fona. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Hello, good morning, Radio Democracy. Good morning, Sierra Union.
All right, we see one of the ask people for wear black today and go occupy CID as una column in relation to the die way 1 5-year-old girl picking down over the weekend because autopsy results show say them been rape we make it end up die. So now this black way una the ask people for where Wetin happen wey una want for let them wear black, although other people don't they call for justice, then they ask
Hello?
the police for look quickly into this case. Now una say people for wear black.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Yes.
I dey ask, una say let people wear black today and go occupy CID. Wetin happen?
Basically, Kids Advocacy Network, together with other organizations, them including one of the leading organizations, whether they fight for Peking and human rights, one are the AG Foundation and Advocacy Movement Network and 50/50. We decide for declare today the Occupy CID Day. We call on women them, Peking them, and people them we don't affected by rape or people that already sympathize with people them where that was rape. For January in the protest was send a message to government say it was send a message to the judiciary say enough is enough on rape. There's so many times see that they rape picking them, that they go to court. I mean, they go to police after 1-2 days, the case done. We don't follow up. So yes, we decide saying this not to tell for just now then social media they talk no more. This is time for we go on the ground and tell we grievance them to the people of Sierra Leone. So also the judiciary that we frustrated in them for when and when they prosecute cases them we get for do with rape. We got some of them cases there, so now family members them, especially this case, now family member that they do a family member involved. So one for send a message to the people of Sierra Leone, no say even if now your family, if now you begin when you born self, you do something like that one day, you get for face the full penalty of the law. We want for send a message to the the Sierra Leone police, the FSU, let them know say
Alright, Edmond, not for the first time this we they see people they ask people them for wear black in relation to people them when they can don rape. And una self don't do the same thing. Let we look at the laws them way we get. Una they feel disappointed, say Paul where the president be don't declare this as an emergency. Laws and they way for the work now. Una they feel disappointed, say then lawyer not the work, we make the incidents of rape still they happen at the country.
Of course, we're very disappointed in so many things because the other day we talk when I'm with the AYV, I said we get so much laws them, but the problem with the laws we not implement the laws there also. So we are disappointed that just after the president don't declare state of emergency on rape, then also when the president don't declare state of emergency on rape, then also we still there sitting there like this they happen. We get cases them where they just sweep under the carpet just like that. We think say their institution there, so the need for work very harder. They need for ensure say they're not just the talk no more. They're not just they say not to today no more. They can't say we want justice, we want justice, we want justice. Once make them no say no need for one behind them for justice. They need for do them justice. The president don't declare, and so, of course, without amending
quickly before
Sexual Offense Act of 2012.
Before
so, but the institutions them now they work towards their mandate. The police them, the judiciaries, they know the yes, hello.
Yes, quickly we not get too much time, we'll get to the issue that we can look at. But before you they left, we ask they ask people today for wear black and go occupy CID. Una don't get clearance from the police. We understand say any procession or people want for do then suppose for go take clearance from police.
Of course, we don't inform the police, say we they do something like this because we not just come on no more. This not just any hard protest. This not a protest or just to go show grievances, and not all in a CID. We go to the Attorney General, we they go to the Chief Justice, we they go to the Director of Public Prosecution. Other people they made them know say we really frustrate. We don't do a lot of campaign on rape, but we know they see much. We just they can't and see talking. After the talking, it's done. So then need for come and demonstrate. Sit down before CID. Make them know say maybe we try. Sit down before the law court of Sierra Leone. You made woman and commoner. You made them sit down. Make them know say we are tired with this issue of rape.
Okay.
About
all right.
We tell with the issue of rape, not to just sit down no more. They talk on our social media or government come and make commitments. When they make commitment, need action now. we need action now,
All right.
not
Many thanks
something else.
to
This
you.
not emergency. We picking them, they
All
suffer.
right. Many thanks to you, Edmond Alim Fona, Executive Director, Kids Advocacy Network, where they ask people for joining them today in black as they go gonna different place them for sending message say they want justice for people we allegedly don't be raped and save people we some of them don't lost their life already. The program Good Morning Salone they continue. And I come over to me co-presenter at the studio, Asma James, as we all know, now the founder for the AJ Foundation and safe. Now one pan the people way they behind the black movement. Also them we don't they ask people for ensure so they join them pan the fight against then can see how we can happen. Also small picking them, then can rape them and some of them can end up lost their life or some of them can receive the news over the weekend.
It's very tough. I before see this speaking picture over like 5 days ago, before the news burst out over the weekend, and then somebody tag me and say what will they do. So me not be even understand, but later I can find out say na so happen, and then go na me begin get calls and all say what una they do, what una they do. So I sleep over and I'm morning again. I see so many messages and somebody say call me urgent, and then the person I call. And the person established the IJ Kaba connected to the speaking. So I spent almost the some kind of support to the family, and the one the way they support the Black Tuesday movement when are purposeful, ready for support with any legal service to this particular case. But this case, like where Edmond I don't know who that talk, but forensic at Inanaso. We need for this particular case now for be one way we lay everything to rest, meaning we forget forensic examination in this matter. I only hope say the family them or the government go try for let we say okay, this particular matter, Lord do this now today. Lord find out whether or not this person whether they allege say do advocates as activists take a deep breath and then let we really wait and see what will for happen in this particular matter.
So now don't they make this Black Tuesday movement for some time now, and different organizations except then they do their own and as efforts for everybody contribute for fight against rape for girl picking them, especially waking the underage like this 5-year-old one we don't die so now. Waiting on I don't feel not as a country with a miss we make even though laws then day, but people still they we then at the young corner they tamper with picking them still at this stage.
I think what we don't miss now just the sorry for the word uselessness of the man them or the one they way they some of we or some people go through worse
operations of the EOC in the management of the SSN system, the payment of monies to people who are vulnerable when it comes to the fight against corruption. But we have set up robust structures and systems for make sure say things that improve in the country, and they really get it. I will give you a testimony recently. Around 10 p.m. Alidona host, the head of NASIT, Mr. Fuad Dabo, called me. He say if they travel for go offline, and he passed through this checkpoint. So he's surprised. This is a checkpoint where people they always ask her for money. He passed through, nobody not ask her for money. So when in driver don't pass through, he tell in driver for stop. He called the officers them and all the one at the checkpoint. They ask them say, una not ask for nothing. This is really a professional way of doing things. Here 100,000 una take for una self. I mean they give una not to bribe, not to anything. The officer they say no, they no take her. He himself called me at night and said, this is something I never thought would happen in this country. The officers said they would not accept the money because the Anti-Corruption Commission is watching them. Okay. So these are the kinds of things. So forget about the global impact of the fight against corruption. I get these kinds of testimonies for people who are going to Waterkey, people who are going to the airport, people who are going to different places to say, look, we are not saying that corruption is over, but the impact in the country can be felt. Okay. There is something happening for good. And we are building on that in 2020 for make sure, say, beyond the statistics, real corruption control is happening in Sierra Leone.
Some time back, you been challenged, say, they appeal the SLFA judgment after Justice Field against Una.
Yes, please.
And then up till now, we know I don't know if Una don't do anything.
No, we actually
was it that Una don't apply?
And we don't appeal the judgment. We don't appeal the judgment. We disagree with that judgment day in many ways. We think say it's troubling for the fight against corruption in Sierra Leone. But of course, a judicial decision. Probably the judge was right, who were wrong. No better place for determine than the Court of Appeal. So we don't appeal them. In fact, we think
corruption. Do you think say don't work best in all of your strategy then?
You see, we don't deploy really a strategy will bring together everything that is happening. Okay, for example, the fight against corruption has to be done in a way that you take into consideration one thing not for left the other behind. So investigations for be in sync with prosecution. Similarly, prevention for be in sync with investigation. And
retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte don't talk na in alleged treason case say it not be ever gets planned for kill President Bio, and self he say nobody expect the state for make them kind allegation here against them. Well, for no waiting be happen at court, Usman Kamara gets more and he go report.
After wey Justice Alhaji Momoja Stevens bin don rule say the defence get case for answer na court and sef go allow all witness for testify because e want for make justice dey inside dis alleged treason case. For sake of dis, for the first time na high court, the accused, retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte, don start for talk na court. Usa e say the reason wey make him get personal weapon wey get license na because e want for protect himself, because people like in this year by 12 o'clock Sante. Him get Thursday, March 19 this year, him get call again from Major General Talova. We say President don ask for the draft document of the thing dem wey dem for put in place against the threat of the coronavirus, and dem for present her to President by 9 o'clock na morning. Retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte say e be reach na state house by and when he reach with a motoka na state house, him in defense side for park. Usa insist on young man dem we say, bra, we get side for park, and dem may ask and same way so for what's in motoka, and himself may agree to wetin dem say. E continue say e decide for pull the brown bag Usa in gun dey inside the motoka because e think say e no safe. Retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte same way so say wey e reach state house the first floor outside the scanning machine and a metal detector dey the other road and go straight to the security officer dem table, and nobody no may ask am or challenge am, but say e bin ace the brown bag and tell the security dem for hold this bag for am so say the meeting comot. And one part the security dem, according to retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte, the security say, no sir, it's okay, you can go with the bag up sir. And Paulo Conte say e be tell the security dem say im personal weapon dey inside this bag, so make dem hold am for am so say the meeting comot. After that, Paulo Conte say the security dem may allow am for go inside for drink water and calm down because e say this na serious issue. But retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte say the reason wey make e cry na because e no may dey expect say this go happen to am, because e willing and ready for serve in country during the term wey problem dey. And sef say former Minister of Defence and Internal Affairs, and e know how the president in security na state host tight, so e say how e go take pistol wey get 10 bullets and you get this brown bag wey get weapon inside. And e be reply say yes, but say e get license for am. And later, Lieutenant Colonel Posowa say enough for enter the meeting, and CID meeting takes June 23rd this year. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Usman Kamara, the report.
Continue with the program, 8:47 at the time from studio clock, and when they come back to the commission and at the ACC, we don't they talk about the thing that we don't do for fight corruption at the country. Now let we look at don't talk about the success system where you get, but the challenges, because it's not easy for fight corruption, particular where you take into consideration the mindsets of we people them them we already feel like for say corruption is pass mark in the country. Waiting are then challenges there so you get.
Well, thank you. Yes, I mean, we all know, as you rightly say, fighting corruption is one of the most difficult jobs anywhere in the world as a real champion. In the way how it don't give you the free hand for fight corruption and not interfere into what we do, we don't lead to then carry results there where they come for the country. They carry reputational cleansing where don't happen for the country. Sierra Leone is one of the beacons of the fight against corruption in Africa, and we are grateful for that. But I don't go countries like Mauritius, Nigeria, they get all them gadgets, then they get an entire laboratory. Generally, it has been good. The team at the ACC have been very, very, very succeed, even considering all the challenges they get, and they've been very supportive. The buying of the people has been great.
All right, well, let me look at messages and we don't come. Alaji Ekroma on Feel the Corrupt alleviates.
One thing for the country is getting the money back. So if the trial proceeds by